guys, I'm going to show you how to draw a very easy cartoon skull. You're going to start out by drawing a circle, and it's okay if you don't get it right on the first time, neither do I. I'm going to kind of just lightly, gently hold my pencil to get a circular shape. Alright, now at the bottom of this circle, I'm going to add 2 lines so that I have sort of like a keyhole shape. So 2 straight lines that go down like this. Then I'm going to draw a line that connects them, like that. I can go in here now and erase this circle guideline. I don't need it anymore. Okay, next I'm going to draw a nose. So I'm going to draw a triangle shape here. You can either make it as a triangle shape by connecting it like that, or you can make it an upside down heart if you like that style. And this sits right at the bottom of where that circle was, so just right above that line. Now I'm going to draw 2 circles for the eyes in between this nose here. You can draw these perfect circle shapes. You can draw them kind of irregular if you'd like. There's my 2 eyes. And now I'm going to draw the teeth. Just simply going to draw straight lines that are about the same size. It's okay if some are smaller, some are bigger, right in here. And now I'm going to add some skull-like details. I'm going to add kind of a hashtaggy design here to kind of give it some oomph. And I'm going to fill in my eyes, make them dark. Fill in my nose. And there you have it. Cartoon skull. So now with this skull, you can jazz it up if you want. Maybe you want to give your skull a little hair bow. Maybe you want to give some crossbones if you wanted to do crossbones. What you'd want to do is sort of starting at the top of the head, you're going to draw 2 lines that come out like this and are parallel, almost like rays of a sun. 2 lines here. And then I'm going to want to follow these lines all the way across, so I'm even going to maybe put my pencil here to kind of estimate where this would come on this side of the drawing. I'm going to follow these ones. Just 2 parallel lines about the same width. And then for the bones, you're just going to do sort of like an M shape, like that. At the end. You can keep going and add more designs if you want to it, or just leave it as it is. And there's your skull and crossbones. So to start out, you're going to need a pencil with an eraser. And if you haven't drawn in a little while, it might help to just sort of loosen up your wrist. Remember to hold your pencil lightly, not super tight way down at the bottom. So sometimes I like to loosen up my wrist just by even just doing little shadings, little movements with my pencil. Another thing that I like to do is sort of just practice drawing circles or triangles or squares, because these actually make up all of the basic shapes that we use to draw things. So after I've kind of just loosened up my wrist, gotten it nice and loose, I'm going to begin with my skull. So to start out, you're going to draw a circle. I want you to do this loosely, not really small and tight. So you can see here that I'm sort of using my pencil to do little lines that are curved, and I'm using my eye to predict and to connect where they're going to go. I'm drawing lightly with my paper, with my pencil on my paper, so that if I need to, I can erase and there's no lines left on my paper. So I'm going to darken this up just so you guys can see it, but yours can be a little lighter than this for the sake of demo. All right, so this is going to be the basis of our skull. What we're going to do now is draw a very light guideline down the center and then across like this so that you are dividing your circle into 4. Okay, now we're going to place the eyes of the skull inside the bottom 2 corners. So I'm going to start about in the center right here of this line. You could even kind of chop it if you wanted. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a circle shape. So if you want to just stick with a basic circle shape, you can do a basic circle, or if you want to sort of make yours more skull eye-like, it's almost a little more like a squished circle shape. So there is one eye socket. Now I'm going to try to evenly place this on the other side. And like I said, if you want to modify this and make it more of just a plain circle shape, that works. Or you can kind of go more of the realistic eye socket shape. And it's okay if they look different. Actually, on skulls, they do look different from one another. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is the nose. The nose is sort of like a triangle shape. So what you're going to do is below these 2 eyes, you're going to draw 2 lines that go down kind of like a triangle point, and they end at the bottom of your circle. Then what you'll do is connect them so it looks kind of like an upside down heart. Okay, so now what we're going to do is do the cheekbone. And this is what's going to make our skull look really realistic. So you're going to take your pencil and right at the outside of your circle, sort of near the outside here of the big circle that you drew, you're going to take your pencil and you're going to draw a parallel line on either side of each eye socket. Then you're going to do a little curve going up off of each one. A little curve, just like that. And now you're going to do one more curve, so one that comes out. So just a little curved line that goes out. Actually, I did this one a little bit too curved. It shouldn't go totally up like that, but just a little curve this way. And then we're just going to leave those right there for right now. Next, we're going to draw the jawbone. So you can even draw a really light guideline if you want. We're going to draw the jawbone about in the center of the eyes. So I'm drawing these guidelines here. But then where these 2 lines intersect, right here at the bottom of this circle, I'm just going to draw 2 parallel lines. And as you can see, mine's not super precise and exactly proportional. That's okay. 2 lines like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to connect these lines with a curved line. So I recommend going slow for this. You're going to kind of follow this line, but I want you to make it look organic because the bone looks organic and it's a curved line. So from here, draw a curved line like this. And make sure that this part's curved. Great. So now we're going to draw a slightly curved line, or you can draw a straight line too, right here to connect this bottom jawbone. And then you're going to draw the teeth by doing a series of curved lines. So what I mean by that is you're going to start at the bottom of this line and you're just going to go up and you're going to go down. Okay? Up and down. And you're going to connect this going up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way to one side. Some people find it easier to go in one direction. I find it easier to go to the right. I'm going to go like that. Oh, that tooth's going to be a little bit bigger in the middle. That's okay. And there's my teeth. Now we're going to do that to the other side for the bottom row of teeth. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw those. It's okay if they don't match up perfect, neither do ours. And there, we're coming along. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna wanna do is connect this jawbone. So you're gonna draw a curved, kind of curved-ish, straightish line that comes up here and meets the rest of the skull. Draw another line here. And then before we draw the second connecting line, we're going to want to map out where the chin is. So you can do this by sight. The chin will be a little bit below where these teeth are, right? You can even feel on your own head, on your own skull. Some people do like to make this kind of angled. You can do it straight. But I'm going to map in the chin, and then I'm going to draw 2 sweeping lines that come down and connect that chin line that I did. Just like that. And now all we have to do is do a few more lines, and then we can go in and clean this up. So there are 2 more bones that kind of hang down here at the back of the skull. So you're going to go back up to where your jawbones are, and almost to the edge, but not quite to the edge. You're going to draw 2 swooping lines down like this, just a straight line that ends in a curve. And then finally, we're going to draw our final line for the skull. So we have kind of this sketchy line of this circle in here. I'm going to go in and I might actually make this like a little bit bigger, but yeah. I'm going to go in here and just kind of clean up that final line. And there is my skull. So how to take this to the next level of a drawing? You're going to want to erase your guidelines. So I'm gently erasing all of those perpendicular, vertical, horizontal lines that I was using just as a guide. You definitely want to make sure you erase this circle that you have as your background circle. Get all of that erased. All of these guidelines. My chin line's a little bit crazy here. Erase that. Okay, and now I can do what I like to call cleaning up my lines. So when I clean up my lines, I go in and I use more pressure and I make them exactly how I want them. So here you can, if you want to add a few more curves, if you want to adjust yours, maybe you want to look at a real skull drawing and make adaptations from that. You know, this isn't actually in real life a perfect line. It's actually a little bit wiggly. And now I'm going to give my eyes and my nose some shadow. So holding my pencil kind of at an angle, I'm going to shade and go back and forth and fill this in. To give the eyes some depth, you can actually vary your pressure. I like to kind of make mine darker in some spots and lighter in other spots, because in real life there's a bone inside of here, and so it actually isn't all fully black. It has areas that it's lighter and darker. You can fill those in. I'm going to fill that in with some shading. I kind of like to vary my direction, but you can just color yours in plain if you want to just color it all one shade. That's totally fine too. And I'll do the same for the nose. And there you have your skull. If you do want to take it to the next level, you can add a little bit of shadow. You know, the skull would be having a little bit of shadow in this area here behind where these bones are. If the light was coming at it, this would be in a little bit of shadow. You can also give some dimension here next to the nose to kind of help it pop, and throughout. So I do recommend looking at a drawing, but you can also base your shadings off of mine if you'd like. just to give it a little bit of oomph. And same with the teeth, you can add a little bit of shading in there for each tooth. I'm just gently using pressure on my pencil to one side of each tooth to make them look like they are 3D. I'll add a little bit here on the jaw, and there is your skull. Congratulations, you did it. Looks pretty good, I gotta say. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys.